mics on and everything. Okay, now we do. All right, we got mics on. Sorry about that. Okay, welcome to the H&M Show. I'm not Heather, because I think we were on. I'm getting consistent at it, though.
And I actually am Heather.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So what does H&M stand for, Michael?
Well, this week it stands for hamburgers and meatballs.
Oh, that's perfect, because I actually am not able to eat meatballs tonight because that's what everybody's having for dinner but me.
So they didn't invite you or what?
No, they said I was busy, so, they're not going to let me eat. But anyway, okay, so hamburgers and meatballs, what does that have to do? Oh, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
Mm-hmm.
You got rid of my line.
I did. I marked it off. Sorry.
Okay, that's right, because this week's TikTok, we are serving up. Oh my gosh, we're serving up a recipe for some down-home social fun on Google+.
Awesome. Isn't that so cool? I love it.
Is there any chance we can redo the whole opening?
Why?
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yes, we started
awesome.
with food. We started with food.
That was awesome, I think.
Sure it was. All right, so we've got a recipe for really good fun on Google+. I mean, that's what we do, right? We have fun on Google+. That's what we've been doing since before we met each other. A long
exactly
time.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, there you go. I like people out there saying we are live and stuff. Hey, I will get to your comments in just a second. We're going to go right into a slideshow that we put together because this is going to be cool, I think. Google+, social network, ? Now, you hear that all the time because apparently to some people it's dead, so.
Yeah, I've heard it's a ghost town and a bunch of other stuff. We're here to rectify that, aren't we?
Yeah, we are. All right, so here we go. Let's go right in. Google+ is different. Here's the things we're going to talk about tonight, okay? Just to you guys, just to kind of give you guys a little heads up in what approach we're going to take. What makes G+ unique? What makes Google+ unique? What are some ways you can grow using Google+? And why have we stuck around with a social network that is dead, as I mentioned? And what are reasons to stay with Google+? That's it. So let's get right into it. You ready? You ready to start our recipe?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's get this mixture going. I'm ready to have some good Google+ food here. It is unique. Google+ is unique.
There you go. First one. Google+ is unique. There you go. I'll let you read this time.
One of the things is that collections definitely makes it unique. We've got the ability to discover things that you might be interested in rather than having to be forced to follow an entire person's cat pictures and all their other stuff. You can actually go through and see, what the things that you're actually interested in. Exactly. I should let you know, Michael, that I cannot see.
You can't see what?
The slide. I can't see the slide. It's there, but I can't read it. So don't rely on me to read them.
Oh, no worries. I'll do that. I can do that part. No big deal. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's things like photography, space, Star Trek, TV shows, sports collections, and one just like we're showing right now, like a food collection. So, and based on that topic and things, that's the cool thing. If Heather's really into, let's just say, space or some other thing like TV shows, and I'm not, I don't have to follow her collection. So that's what I like about that kind of stuff. That's what's kind of cool.
Well, what I really like from the collector standpoint is the fact that I, as a collector, don't have to be all about one thing. When I first came to Google+, I was told that if I really want to make a name for myself out there and in the niche that I'm in, that's what I need to focus on. Well, collections has allowed me to also focus on things outside of the art world. So I actually have a collection. My most popular collection is social media tips and tricks. That has nothing to do with art, but you all know that that's what my focus is. So it's kind of interesting that I'm able to dabble into different areas of things that I'm interested in, and you can choose what you follow and what you receive from me as far as notifications and posts really and cool. Things like that. Collections makes Google Plus totally unique.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I have a fantasy football collection, you know, you don't really care about that about me. You know what I'm saying? Or if I have a whole thing on
Not
dogs,
really, because you're not a Packer fan. So.
And you know that. Okay, well, I got you. All right. We'll move on. But this is kind of what collections looks like. This just kind of shows you a random shot, different shots, showing different collections and things like that. This is what it looks like when you look at Google Plus. For those that aren't on Google Plus, but most of us in our audience, I know, we were all out here, are mostly Google Plus people. So
in a way, we're kind of preaching to the choir, but we're going to be sharing some things that you might not realize are new to the new Google Plus. So we want to help you navigate some of that, and we'll get to that as we go along.
Exactly.
So another thing that makes Google Plus unique is communities. Unlike, say, some other place out there where they have things called groups, communities are a little bit more unique in the sense that you can actually partake in it and search in it, and you're not always forced to see what they want you to see. Instead, you see a whole category, a whole list of categories within the community. It's quite exciting for me. Communities is by far one of my favorite things about Google Plus.
Well, and the collaborative part, that's the cool thing, is the true collaboration in the social part. I mean, that's what we're after, right?
Exactly. This is the recipe for social activity, for sure.
Well, that recipe back there, I want some of those cold cuts or whatever back. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Heather did the pictures.
Just reminded me that I haven't had dinner yet. Thanks, Michael.
Heather did the pictures, and I'm gonna tell you what, it's just making me really hungry because they're awesome.
I got a little something. You got a little something you need to.
Yeah. I love it.
Moving on. So,
but anyway,
best part of Google Plus, in my opinion, is communities, and again, like you said, collaboration is one of those keys, because you can have a community that's private with you and just a couple of people who you're working on a team project or something, or you can have it with the entire office, or you could have it with multiple companies throughout the world, and it can be private, and that's the only place where those conversations are happening. But you can also have open and public communities as well.
Yep. It's so cool. I love it. I mean, we actually use it as our, I'll just read this real quick. Join the communities with people that have the same things that you like or want to share and learn things like your Pixel phone or genealogy or work internet, intranet. That's what we use it for at our work. Or again, ones like the one we're showing, the food community or whatever. So, I mean, that's what's really cool. That's the cool thing about it is we use it as our work intranet. I can have all the guys, they can get their schedule on there, everything. It's all private. And it's got the security that Google provides and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I really like it for that. I actually have a community that is my DVR. I use it as my DVR because I have, anytime I have a post or something that I like, I throw it in that community and I go back and read those things.
Yeah, really, so it's almost like your own private collection of things that you don't have to worry about anybody else being able to see. And you can also do that with collections too, but we won't go into that.
Well, like I said, I just use it for that. I mean, that's what I use it for, and it works. It works for me because I can go back and read it anytime. You can see right here, this is what the communities look like inside there. You can see I have them long, short, side, and everything, what it looks like. And notice the green color it gives you there. Green is communities and blue is collections. They kind of separated the colors. G Plus to help you grow. This next slide. Okay, growing you in your business. I'm going to let you punch in on all this, but I'm going to read it for you since you can't read.
Thank you.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I haven't learned yet.
Growing you and your business, collections, communities, building that support group, and then particulars like put out you and your business and sharing your dream or message or just safe environment to do all that. I'll let you add on to that.
Yeah, for me personally, I've actually I built an entire business because of Google Plus. If it weren't for Google Plus, the communities, the collaboration, and now collections, I wouldn't even have the business that I have. I've actually just recently this week been offered and accepted a job because of Google Plus. These are things that would have never happened had I not had something like Google Plus. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, but the thing is, without that interaction worldwide, which you can get on some social networks, that's not unique, but the collaboration that takes place within a Google Hangout, for example, I mean, you can meet face-to-face with a couple of clicks, and you are face-to-face with somebody who you've been interacting with back and forth, and you can actually go and check out all of their profile, and you can see everything that they're into, and then you can actually go into a community or be a part of a community with them, and you can interact privately in there or publicly, if depending on the community, of course. But all these things can be done in one interface. You don't need to have multiple devices or multiple apps or products in order to make all of those things work together. And of course, as you know, the Google sphere, it all comes back to being able to tie everything together. So you could use Google Docs, and you can share those within your communities and everything else. So it really does make a difference. And when it comes to your business, being able to be personally you as well as professionally you, and like I'd said before with collections, being able to have all of those different avenues that I want to be able to explore and it not affect what the public sees or experiences has been really, really beneficial.
Well, and I think that's the big thing too, is collaboration. I mean, seriously, you have that social part. We really do. We have social. I mean, community to me is just that, the community that I live in, the community that I have with my baseball friends and stuff like that. I mean, you build a community that way. And I think that's really what you can do at work, whatever. So
well, and being able to actually sit down with somebody and have a conversation with them, not just through texting, because if you were to send a message, email, a post, whatever, and your inflection in your voice and your facial expressions and your body movements don't come across in "how are you" or "why did you say that?" This is a phrase. Why did you say that? Or why would you say that to me? Incredible negative connotation in
that's
word
right.
format.
That's right.
But if I have the inflection in my voice that says, "Well, why did you say that to me?" It sounds a little differently. and this doesn't come across in an email or even a social post. And so that's a huge difference that Google Plus had offered with Hangouts on Air. Being able to have Hangouts with folks is a very different thing than any other network really allows us to have.
So all that being said, let's go right into the, I believe, last. And why have we stuck with Google Plus, and why might you? Well, there's a lot on here. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, there's some things, a lot of people say things like Google Plus is dead, it's a ghost town. And it always makes me wonder, why do they pick on something so much? And I think that it has to come down to because it really is special. I think that if it was nothing and if it wasn't worth anybody's time, why would it ever be mentioned at all? That's my thought. So I've stuck around because the friendships that I've made here have been real. The people that I have met here have been some of my best friends. I mean, I would not be on this show right now had it not been for Google Plus and what we're doing. Had we not ever met Ronnie Bincer and been able to work with him, most of the people watching this episode would not know each other. I mean, it's just not even possible. So when we're looking at the recipe for a really good down-home, Southern style social network, the only one that I think actually meets every bill and makes me feel good at the end of the day is Google Plus. And all the ingredients you've got there on that recipe card are what I would read if I could.
Yeah, and that's what, and I tell you what, that's We really put some thought into this, and it is like a recipe. The ingredients: relationship building, uniqueness, collaborative, knowledge and learning, productivity, not just social. You know, that to me, that's the last one, and I'm the one that put that in there. I said, you know what? It is productivity, not just the social part, because that builds on the social part. I think that helps build on that. So that's what's kind of cool about
So
it.
why don't you talk about the preparation? I mean, we've got the ingredients. What do we do with it? How, why, what are we putting together?
All right, so in the preparation that it reads here, I mean, because we put some thought into these when we were sitting there going through them, and I wanted to make sure that we covered a lot of this stuff that's on here. Basically, let me go here. Okay, so it's so important to build relationships. As humans, we're born to be collaborative, even before we had language, in order to survive like a dinosaur attack. You know, I'm talking way back now. This is even before Andrew.
Oh, before Andrew's time. Gotcha. Okay.
We had to work together to survive. Alone, you were dead. But if in groups, in multitude, at least you were able to survive better, and things would happen better that way. So I think a lot of that has to do with the way we are. That we are a collaborative group. We want to work together. We have stuck around because I think at least I speak for myself, we stuck around because we had many friends from across the world in unique ways. To me, that was one of the most appealing things, was across the world. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because we have solidified real lasting relationships. It isn't just a click of a like or a click of a retweet. It is more than that. It is face-to-face, collaborative, real get to know you, and no other space that I'm in. And I'm in a lot of social networks. I'm not going to lie to you. I do more than just Google+. Nothing ever makes me feel the way that Google+ does at the end of the day. Nothing.
Yeah, and I think the next thing that I have down here is Hangouts. Started it all with the ability to see new people live, like TV, only better because you could reach out to that TV and actually have an opinion and say something. I think that element is what gave it its life, and I think that's why it helps. Go ahead. I want you to
No. I was just going to say, and it's more than just business. I think that's probably the key for me anyway, is that it's been more than just business, because things like the game shows. Remember, before we ever did a public game show, we did game night in a hangout with a handful of folks, and we had the most rip-roaring time after a long, hard week of working really hard on a bunch of stuff outside of our hangouts. There were jobs that were going on, and we worked really hard, and we earned that fun that we would have on Friday nights. Right. And I'll be honest with you, I miss them. Hint, hint.
All right, this Friday we'll do one. No, I'm just kidding. Nobody knows, but we'll do one. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. But I just think. Okay. In the ultimate, the last thing that I would like to say, just from me, and you can add whatever you want. I think you should give it a try, and see the things that we have seen. I think you would like it once you got here, because there is that collaborative part, and I know I've said it 100 million times or whatever.
That's all right. You can repeat that a bunch of times.
Join a community, and be a part of it. That's what I say.
And if you need help with learning how to do Google+, there's a great community called User to User Live. We'll have the link for that down in the description of this video if you're watching the replay. And you can definitely get help. No one will ever treat you like you don't belong, and they won't get upset with you if you happen to take too long to or ask the question incorrectly, or whatever the case may be. So I would like to, at this point, Michael, if it's okay with you, I'd like to go through and actually, if you could screen share Google+, so that way we can share with them some of the new things that they may or may not know are available.
There we go. So I'm right there on my home screen right now.
Perfect. So you're on the Google home stream, and that is where all the magic happens, because if you open up Google Plus for the first time, or, well, after the first couple of times, I suppose it would be, you walk through, this is what you'll see. And you'll see all the people that you're following and any posts that may have come out from them. And then along the left-hand side, you've got some navigation, okay? Well, if you were to go type up into that search bar that you wanted to look for, say, help on your Pixel phone, you would type in Pixel, right?
How about Google
And then it's
Pixel
going to,
right there?
exactly, it's going to go ahead and search for that. And when it does, what did you go to? You went to the Pixel community. Would you just not go too far?
All right, so just Pixel. There we go. Oh, hold on. There we go. So there.
Maybe. Okay, so there. That's what I wanted to show you. So this is what is new in the last week of, it just come out, is Google search is updated. It is streamlined and it is nice. Finally, we have Google search and Google Plus, and that has been missing for a little while, especially since the new interface, but even a little bit before that. But don't worry, because this is the proof that Google Plus is not dead. They are working on things. They're bringing stuff back, and they're doing it in a way that it will not negatively affect things that are already happening. So what we wanted to show you in that search section there.
Let me go back. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
is that you'll notice those purple, they call them pills up at the top. It's sort of a radiant coloring scheme. And right above those pills are some tabs. So this is where your navigation is going to take you to some of these. It's called a tabbed interface. And you'll have to help me out, Michael, because I cannot see the screen well enough to know what the words are. But if you'll just walk through those tabs for them.
Sure. Well, right now it's all, and then you have posts, then you have communities, collections, and then people and pages. So it found the word Pixel, and if I go to post, it's going to show me all of the ones with Pixel with post, then all the communities.
Yeah. Now, hold on, don't go anywhere. Okay. Go back to that post tab, because I want to tell you what's new and what's really cool about that post tab. You can actually filter. You see up at the top, there's a couple of words there. You can filter
most
up there.
Recent or top results.
Most recent, top results, and then you can even filter based on author. So if you knew that somebody you follow had recently posted about a Pixel news update or something, you could very easily find it here.
From people you know, it says right there.
So and exactly. And you know these are trusted sources because these are people that you follow. You chose to follow them. So you're not just going to get the junk. You're not going to have to be thrown the things like, oh, I hate the Pixel or whatever else somebody else may have posted that you really aren't interested in. You're going to get the information that you really went there to go see. So that's pretty cool. If you go to the communities tab like you were going to. Yep, right, go ahead and I'll let you take that one.
Well, it just shows you all of the communities right here, and it shows, if you see right here, you can join at any time, any one of these. One thing that I like that's on here too is it has how many members. So if there's a lot of members and you want to get a whole lot of things, or you want a more isolated one, you can pick that by that as well. But it also gives you hints and stuff like graphic design. That's not necessarily Pixel, but there's mention of it and it has something in there. So that's one thing that's kind of cool. It gives you maybe a different perspective or a different way to look at some of that stuff. And you can see right here, the Google Pixel XL, I'm a member. It shows me as a member on this screen right here because I have one and I wanted to know about that so I could learn about it. So that's communities.
Yeah.
Again, I don't want to spend a whole lot.
That's pretty cool. But and again, this is related to the search word that you typed up at the top. So you're not just exploring the word Pixel, you're exploring everything that Google Plus has to offer. Posts that have been made about by people that you know about that topic, and then communities, and then what's the other tab say?
Collections. Here we go. Collections. Here's all the collections that people have done on Google Pixel for a from a Google TC. I mean, you got all kinds of. I mean, these are mostly people that I follow, but they're also mixed in with people that I don't necessarily follow. Really kind of cool.
And this kind of goes back to that recipe card that you had made up before, where it talks about knowledge based. When you come to Google, most of us think of Google as the source of information, and we're just going to search for it and we're going to find what we need at the drop of the hat, or sometimes just a few words on our phone, right? In this case, you're getting a vast amount of knowledge at your fingertips in such a wealth of ways that you're not limited to just the top ranking search item. You are actually experiencing in-depth collections, communities, and posts. I'm telling you, Google Plus is stepping up the game. You want to get on board. So the
Last one is people and pages.
Yep, go ahead.
People and pages is the last one. This is kind of cool. So you can actually find like Pixel to follow with Pixel in their name. Mm-hmm. That's so cool. So
now we're using a pretty specific topic that we're looking at, but it's got some, sometimes you'll find some things that are related to Pixel, as Michael had said, graphic design, photo taking. There's a lot of things. It's one of the best cameras, by the way, out there on the market. So of course there's going to be,
that's right.
photo related activity, right?
So that's home and search.
Yep. All right. So then you'll want to take just a quick look at your profile, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine. Go to profile.
And there's a little thing on there called influence. I think. I really wish I could see the screen.
3 dots.
Do you know where it is?
It's the 3 dots between about and edit your profile for your influence.
Yeah, and there you can see just how you're impacting the world. Oh, never mind. Okay. But kind of interesting, right?
Yep. That's just a little.
So that's available. And then the last thing I wanted to share was specifically for community moderators.
Okay.
So if you could go to the communities tab. Now this is different than the search communities tab, remember, because we're not searching, we're actually going to Michael's communities that these are the ones that he personally is an owner or moderator of, and that's this tab that he's on right now. And why don't you step into the user to user, since we are going to talk about them being available to help folks.
I can do that.
Okay. All right. So one of the things that you can do, you may not realize this, is if you click on the 3 dots of a post, take a look and see just how much activity Andrew does in that community, for example.
What am I doing?
So if you click on the 3 dots on one of Andrew's posts, you should see. Yep, you should see something about view activity.
Okay.
And then when you open that up, you'll see all the activity that particular person has done within this community.
Wow.
Isn't that interesting?
It's quite a bit.
Yeah, that guy, he's busy over there. Isn't that interesting?
It is cool.
So these are things that you might not have realized. There's a few other things that are available to moderators, report, ban, and something else. I don't remember exactly how it goes, but there's stuff out there. So you want to explore Google Plus. If you have any questions about Google Plus specifically, you can look to join our community that we have, which is another thing that's really cool about Google Plus. We can have a private community, which is a paid-for community for the H&M Show, and we use that to communicate behind-the-scenes stuff, workshops, more in depth of what we bring to you on these live shows. We actually go deeper and we answer the questions individually. We even do one-on-one meetings with the folks who are in our community. So if you are wanting
interactive workshops, that's so much fun. I love that because they bring up stuff all the time. We'll all do it. Like we did Google Sites one day. We all did Google Sites, and we all just sat there and made our own site, just for the fun of it. And then we'd all bring up different questions. So it was really kind of cool. That's what I like.
Yeah, and it's great to be able to bounce things off of each other and to individualize the workshop. So you may want something specific out of, say, YouTube, different than what John wants out of YouTube. And we were able to go through and make sure that YouTube is set up so that it tailored to you and your needs. And that's something you can't get anywhere else. So that was a lot of fun for me to do.
Absolutely. Before we go, though, I want to touch real quick on people because they don't make it obvious on these. So I'm just going to touch on this real quick.
I'll let you.
Okay, this is find people, following, and followers. Circles. Here's circles right here under the circles that I'm following. I have them all. They're all individual. They're not set up. You don't search for it. This is all for you personally. Okay? But nobody knows how to create a new circle unless you go all the way down to the bottom. They hide it. and it says new circle down at the very, very bottom. So I wanted to show everybody that. So if you want to build a new circle or create a new circle, that's where you would do that. And then I can
very good, Michael.
Okay, that's just one that I know that is a pain in the bottom that I've had forever. That's been a pain in the bottom. Anyway.
All right.
So Google Plus, that is what we're. That's
Google Plus. In a nutshell, a pretty big nutshell.
Yeah, no doubt.
We really like it. We really like it. So we can't really get away from it because we like it that much. So, All right.
For sure. All right, so let's go to, hang on just a second. We got Heather has something for us tonight, which is awesome. Here we go. Ready?
I do. I am.
All right, here we go. Okay, well that was interesting. It died for a little bit, then came back, and then did whatever. So there we go.
Okay, I thought it was just me, so that's good to know.
No, that's it.
All right. So speaking of the Pixel XL, that's what you're seeing on screen is actually my Pixel phone, and we're using something called TeamViewer to be able to share this with you today.
Yeah.
And here I'm just gonna open it up so you can see, check it out. I'm working on it as we're doing it. Isn't that neato? Okay, so I've got my favorite. This is a shout out to my favorite phone app. I'm going to open up my apps here, and I'm going to click on this one that says CS. And this is called Cam Scanner. And I have a really good friend named Tom Lingle who said to me, I had a need, and he said, no problem, I would just install this app. And ever since then, I've been in love, and you can see that I use it a lot. But I'm going to show it to you real quickly here, and one of the ways that I use it, and then I know Michael has a way he wants to share how he uses it.
Oh,
so
no,
check this out. I'm actually... You're not going to share? Okay, fine. Michael's not going to say a word. Never mind. Okay, so what I have here is a sketch that I did, and it's a pretty rough sketch. It's
looks
pretty.
A little sketchy to me.
It is a little sketchy. It's a little sketchy. But so what I'm going to do is I want to take this from sketch. I want to take it from sketch to actually something I can use digitally or send to folks or even print it out and paint on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a picture of it. All right, cool. And you see that take place. And now it put up these little bars on the sides and the top and these little handles that I can move around. And you see how I'm cropping it?
Yeah, if you can't really see, I mean, she is doing that on her phone. I mean, she's just taking that end circle and just moving it as she goes.
Yep. Awesome. And then I'm going to hit the check mark down in the lower right-hand corner, and that's going to tell Cam Scanner I'm almost done. Here, hold on 1 second. Look at that. It lets me zoom in with the little bubble there so I can make sure I get it right. Okay, and now I'm going to hit that check mark, and then watch what it does.
There it is. There it is.
Okay, now I already have mine set up so it'll do this. It makes it a black and white image. So it gets rid of any hairy lines that might be out on the outside or the marks that aren't erased properly or whatever. And it really turns it into a black and white image that I can actually use digitally. Kind of cool, right? Mm-hmm. Now there's other things you can do with this, of course, and I could save it. I'm just going to check the black or the check mark down in the lower right and save it as it is. And then from here I can actually upload it to my, whoops, I got to check it. So I just selected it by holding it, and then I'm going to upload it to my drive. And now, thanks to the cloud, I'll be able to use this on my iPad. I'll be able to share it with folks, and that's pretty much it for Cam Scanner and how I use it on a regular basis. And so I know, Michael, you were saying something about being able to scan in things like receipts and work with them within a folder with guys. Tell me about that.
Yeah, exactly. We use it at work. We take pictures of receipts and stuff, and then we throw it right in an email or share it to an email or a text or however we capture that and get that, and they can put the information in and just automatically send it. It's just so quick and easy. But I noticed Russ out there said too, great document scanning application. He's absolutely right. If you have to scan something, a lot of times you'll get something in an email, you need to sign it and then send it back. This is a perfect way to do that. Have a signature and send it back.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yep. Nope. I was going to say this for Bill's sake. No printer required.
There you go. No printer required. There you go.
Yeah.
Just to go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say on some of the comments out there, though, I see, Andrew, no question. CS is great app. Cousin Russ says great document scanning. Like I said, Tom Lingle wanted to thank you to use it more. He says you use it more than me. Thank you for the shout out. I love it. Love it.
I probably use Cam Scanner every single day, at least once every day. I don't know if you are aware of QR codes or not. QR codes are really cool. They can have all kinds of information in them, and it has a built-in QR reader, QR scanner. So I use that all the time, and I use the what I just showed you. I probably do that every single day with something.
Yeah, and QR codes, we could do a whole show on that probably.
Oh, that's a good idea. All right, but that's not what we're doing next week.
I know.
So let's not talk about that.
I'm just saying, because it really does have a lot of cool information. I mean, it really does. It's really neat how that can help you be more organized too. All right, tech news, real quick in tech news. The only thing, the thing I have, let's see, I actually have one that I have on my phone. I didn't put it in ours. I looked at it and I was like, no, that's last week's.
I'm gonna check that off because
this is incredible. This is a good one. Yeah, go ahead. This is a good one because I found this week and I was like, okay, that's pretty interesting. And we do this at work, so it was cool. It was appealing to me. But how I found out and what they were doing was just phenomenal. It's a school class used a collaborative Google Doc to take notes during class.
Oh, I did read that article. That was pretty awesome.
It was pure genius. Every student in there took notes.
On one document?
On one class, yes, on one document collaboratively. So if they didn't understand one part of it, they were able to add comments and stuff on there. I just thought that was so stinking cool on how they did that and what they did. And I if you get a chance, I mean, go check out that article because it was really neat. It was very inspiring, and it made me that much more love that much more Google Docs and the collaborative part of it.
I'm going to suggest that we put the link to that article down in the description of this video so that anybody watching this replay can actually check that out. And then I wanted to make a request of you, if you could go back to that screen with the tweets underneath.
Yep.
I think it would be really cool to see I know that there's a few tweets out there from folks about what they felt about Google Plus and why they're here and what they like about it.
Yep. Okay, so Bill right here, he asked, what do you like about Google Plus? I love so many things about Google Plus, but I only have 140 characters, so so Bill couldn't put any more.
So there's a reason not to love Twitter. Because you're not limited like that on Google Plus. But anyway, go ahead.
That is funny though. I love when he puts those responses in there too. What do you love about Google Plus? He says join the live conversation, and he's promoting us out there. Bill, I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Bill. That was awesome.
10 minutes to start. Let's see. I think this.
Thank you, Russ.
Oh, I guess I need to go backwards to get Mark's. Hold on. Let me go back to Mark's because Mark had a good one, didn't he?
He had a couple. He couldn't stop. He'd been tweeting all day.
That's right. I noticed a viewer usability or user activity in Google Plus communities. Click on the 3 dots to the right of the comment. Is that new?
That's exactly what we shared tonight about being able to see all the activity that Andrew does in his own own community. Yeah, you can check that out.
And he says it's great how Google Plus encourages platform feedback They even put up a tab for it in the left menu.
I want to add to that because he also mentioned in our community, our private community, that he wanted to mention something about feedback, because that was one of your earliest shows that we did here today, or here on the H&M Show. And he said he made note of the fact that the other platforms he couldn't find a feedback option. Isn't that interesting?
It is. Always. And then his last one, or the last one that I will mention tonight, because we do need to move on. But
we need to wrap it up. Yeah.
I also love Google Plus because I can ignore time-consuming public posts if I choose and see what I want to. And then he hashtagged the H&M Show, and he is so absolutely right on that. I think it's so true, and it's a big deal. So.
Yep, very good. Thank you guys for tweeting the show and participating.
Absolutely.
Off air. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Let's try this. Alrighty, well, next week, I always wait till the last minute to tell Heather what our show's going to be for the next week.
Yeah, he does. And sometimes he doesn't even tell me at all. So
we actually met, and I still didn't tell her. And then until we got in right before here, and I said, we're going to do Google Slides next week. We're going to cover Google Slides.
And I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I've watched you work those slides, but I don't have any idea. It's like you're a magician. I can't wait to see your magic tricks.
We're going to do some fun stuff and working with Google Slides next week. Learn some of the collaborative of that as well, because you can bring in comments from the Google Slides and stuff. It's a cool feature that they have. So we're going to go into that and get into that next week. That is all we have for this week. Thank you folks for coming. You folks that are out there that are on the community, we will meet for a little while, probably about only 20 minutes tonight, because Heather has to go. But we'll meet for just a little bit tonight, but get in after the show. We will send you your invite in the community. Those that want to join the community, it is in the description and inside this at the bottom of this video. So please join us if you'd like to. Test it out, try it out. It's $10 a month. It is a paid-for community, no doubt. But anything? Yeah, and
if you don't, if you aren't happy with it after the first month, you don't have to stick around. So
that's it.
Yep.
Thanks, folks. Have a great night.
Have a great night. Bye-bye.